spot in the playoffs of ESL 1 Cologne is no small feat, and it's certainly something that you can boast about and throw on your CSGO LinkedIn profile for the rest of your career. We're jumping straight into the nitty-gritty. Loving seeing the dual Berettas pulled out for the hut hold. Won't be necessary just yet, but Alexi's equipped them all the same, breaking the vent to ensure a safe rotate should he require. Util-wise, doing a quick check-in on that. It is going to be 2 smoke grenades, so potential for outside cross smokes, and they're taking their time. Let's see how this one continues to transpire. They do look ridiculous.
They do, but I've seen people using them.
Oh.
I saw the big clip. I've seen it.
Okay, so this is the vent drop smoke, or is this main?
Yes, right place
Main?
for the dualies. If there's any time, Alex, it might be now. Yeah, well, that's gone very poorly. Hushed in the end by old Shush. That's a fun name, isn't it? But yeah, now he has the dualies.
And armor. It's usually a very potent mix. But I like what they've done here. Chad will like this as well. Coordinated, waiting for any funny business or CT pushes. Smoke heaven, smoke main, win the duel, plant. Hard retake for the CTs. No kit either. Ouch. Frustration as the Glock unloads. Time ticking. Need a frag now, NVK. Issa's still jiggling.
20 seconds.
Walks straight into the meat grinder. 1 for 2. That's not a trade that's favorable. Mantu finding frags a little too late into the piece. He's going to have to back away
Kevlar.
and preserve their Kevlar vests.
Oh dear, it's not the start you want, OG, after their last performance on Nuke. Voldo will find a kill onto Acor there. Now just a little update from the B stream. For those of you who are not too familiar with how ESL 1 Cologne 2020 online is running, we obviously have multiple different regions. We got North America later today, but we've also had Oceania this morning, and now we have Asia going on down. Vici were playing Invictus, and Vici have just won that series on the 3rd map. So just giving an update for everybody at home. Now, with that pistol round right there, the fact that they were able to get top control, smoking off main and heaven, and then stall them out for 20 seconds before the retake even came on in, there was no chance that OG had of getting on there because, as you pointed out, Alex, there was no kit. So by leaving it that late, it just felt like they were hoping to get kills and maybe find a little bit of money going into the second for this force one.
These guys look coordinated as hell, and I'm sure Innocent's hungry to impress as well. This is an opportunity that's been eluding him for some time in his career. So probably very proud to be putting on that Mad Lions jersey and competing for a spot in the playoffs, no less. Definitely got the motivation and the fire in their belly, Lauren. I have no doubt about that. And let's not forget that we heard from their coach, Peacemaker for Mad Lions, just letting us know just how much hard work and preparation had come into this. He said it's an important game. So all of that preparation towards their Dust 2, towards their veto. Innocent, talking of the devil, does catch the toes of Alexi and sends him packing back to the top site. But they are continuing to connect. It's NBK. If he gets another here, we're gaming. Does tag up Row. Alexi, element of surprise perhaps, but he's already softened up and it's an easy collect.
Yeah, Innocent's going to be happy.
Oh.
Was eventually for 1 HP. That's a little unfortunate. And, you know, bomb down. Trying to play it back in looks impossible. Obviously, the 1 HP, grab it and get out if they can. So, I don't know what to make of either of this, honestly. I think I'm in sit back and watch mode for a bit.
It's going to be a lot like that, right? Because OG have the potential to be a decent team with the experience and the understanding that they have as players. Like every single member on this squad, besides Mantu, you've spoken or heard about before. Issa from the Hellraiser days. MBK, obviously famed within the French scene. Valda, as I mentioned earlier, he was the up-and-coming Danish player, or the next best. Don't shoot him, Mantu. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him, Mantu. Oh dear. Alexi B, obviously of Ents fame. You know, we have all of these pieces here, and the puzzle, it's like
it's not fitting together yet.
Just mangled it together, at least in my opinion. So until that can be proven otherwise, which hasn't happened just yet.
Who's coaching them? We spoke to obviously Mad Lions.
Rugger is coaching them.
Cool.
Yeah. So they have parts that we all know, and you can see on your other side of the screen right here that we have the Mad Lions team. Less familiar names. Definitely less familiar names. Innocent is one that people may remember if they're an old school Counter-Strike fan, I suppose. He used to play on the Kingwins, the G2s when they were Polish squads. He played on Penta for a little while, Sprout, more recently XCOM and Illumina, which are Polish teams. So this foray into a Danish squad, it's a big one. It's an interesting one.
It's some curious choices. You know, if you put it on paper, they don't look like players that would meld or gel together. But if they do, then it's exciting.
Yeah, and it was just a real shame to see Bubsky taken. I mean, it's exciting to see him given the opportunity, but it's also, you know, another instance of an up-and-coming Danish team falls foul to the big daddy. I mean, just as they started turning heads, just as they started popping heads, they've had to kind of, you know, dust themselves down and continue this adventure without one of their stars. It's tough. There's a human element to this. And we are going to be seeing Alexi B tested with a CZ. If he gets that first shot, ooh, element of surprise now. He holds his nerve. Shush pulling pins. It could be good. Shush is better.
Wow.
Very good reactions, and that's going to stop any sort of funny business. They'll have the access to the top site. Should see the plant coming in from Cillian. Again, I mean, this is an all too familiar tale. It's going to be Sarah and Mantu talking about the save again.
And they may as well. What's the point of going for this right here? You don't have too much to gain. If you can play the extremities of the map right here, cover off main, go around to lobby, try and get yourself an AK-47, do some damage to the T-sided economy, that's the best you can look for. But Cillian's actually on the hunt. I'm not sure if he'll be ready for Issa here. Needs to be very careful.
He wouldn't poke his bottom out, would he?
He will.
Yeah?
Yeah, he will.
A little cheek peek.
There it is. He's above him right now. And that's a freebie for Issa. It's only a Galil, so it's not the worst thing in the world to be losing. It's much of a muchness.
Get that flashbang, Issa. Go on.
Oh, it's going away. He's going to lose it all. He's going to lose all the guns.
Where did it go?
Oh, no, Issa. It's a nightmare. Oh, no.
Yikes, boys.
Not the way. Okay, he can still buy. Like, there's money. There's no problems there. But these are the opens here from Shush. That's the first one. The second one will follow on to the head of Alexi B right here. Now, Shush is the individual who's actually stepped up. Statistically speak, look at them both getting blown away. Nightmare. Shush is the one who stepped up and actually taken a bit of room that Bubsky's left. So look for him as the star rifler of Mad Lions. Akor is the Mad Orpa. Roy on your screen here, more of a supportive element. Cillian, the in-game leader, and I'm interested to see how Innocent fits into all of this.
Okay, so it's Roy, not like row your boat. You're Roy.
Baines, you know how it goes.
Yeah. I'm with you. Just want to make sure I don't start butchering it for an entire series and get lots of angry people. Outside smokes.
Danes are pretty chill, I feel.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. A couple of
That was
people
Zipnix
convinced
for
we
a
should be
while.
saying Kjörb.
No. It's like when Anders finally told us his name wasn't Anders and all of us ignored it.
Yeah. It's very easy to remind him why. Sorry, Anna's.
Ramte coming in, tease. Went through the motion, and honestly, it feels like Mad Lions have had whatever they wanted. Obviously, this is a different round,
That's
but in my head, I feel like they're going wherever they please. Last time it was MBK down here, now Valde gets a shot at it.
So he has to bide his time. This will be Molotoved or checked at the very least. Okay, SoundQ back turned, getting his chance now, and it's only the one. Issa's rotated through to the sync position, and if he gets himself the wall bang, we could be onto something. SoundQ spraying wildly. Innocent gets that bomb down. Another advantage for Mad Lions, despite the number discrepancy.
I still don't see a kit here for the CTs.
Oh gosh, you're right.
So
Could lose
time,
everything here.
right? Time is of the essence, and they really need to keep that in mind. I don't think they've had one for a single run this game yet. That's going to help though. But Innocent still on duty. Wow, claiming 2 for 3, and you do have the support above, but he's going to need more.
You got time.
Time is close, but shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I still get nervous not seeing a kit at that point.
Yeah, but Lauren, the way you started that round is my sentiment exactly. It feels like wherever Mad Lions have the intention to push, they have been able to get in with numbers and get the bomb down. So far, admittedly, this is the 4 rounds into Nuke, and they've only had weapons for 2 of them, so not going to kind of start identifying a full trend. But yes, they wanted to go ramp, they got ramp. They wanted to go lower, they got lower. This time, of course, the duel's not being won out. Innocent given it a good shot.
He's in the background. Is that from Alien?
That egg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing an Alien t-shirt.
I was looking at the deer, but you were looking at the egg. That was an interesting...
I was interested that Cillian's fan's not on. Like, I need that constant stream of
airflow.
Fresh air.
Okay.
Optimal fragging.
MBK started quite well in this game here. So let's keep an eye on him.
Oh,
Nice
such
flash.
a perfect flashbang, and now they can...
Oh,
another
the
one!
second. It's so good, Alex. I need to learn some flashes to help you out, because look at what it's done. MBK called upon to try and keep this safe, and he's done very well. Last round was great. This round is just as pivotal.
Yeah, and I do see a little bit of a kink in the tail. 3 members gathered now. Other than Akor, I will correct myself. It's 2 of them that have descended. Akor's holding the lobby push with the AWP, but certainly not the ideal weapon for the job. You know SoundQ made. There is a necessity, though. It will be either the door or the glass break. They can not sneak to heaven or ramp without announcing it to some extent. Is it broken already? No, it's not. Okay, so this is where the sound cues are made. And rotate comes in. Valda, Molotov off. Actually, Molotov into the line again. A Cillian caught sleeping. Roy doesn't have the bomb to his grasp just yet. He knows the rotate's on his way, and that's become his primary responsibility.
We've seen brilliant from the corner. 1 for 1. Okay, a 2v1 still in favor of OG. With Acor doing that, you've suddenly got a 1v1. Issa has to be ready for this. Bomb is at least not planted, not to hand, so it's a little bit of additional work for the Mad Lions. And Acor obviously losing track of where Issa could be. And Issa, I mean, I guess just taking time. Do they not know that the bomb's down?
I think Issa's assuming like a very different play, and that's
He's had a nightmare.
Yikes from me, dog.
Oh,
No, and now he's put it straight to
Can't even
Issa.
plant.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't pretty.
Yikes.
And we'll call that Issa's karma. You know how he lost his weapon and it wasn't fair?
Okay.
Now he's been
Back.
given a freebie.
Yeah. Can we look at the egg again?
Oh,
Egg
they
and
are
deer.
all together.
That right there was panic stations, that's for sure. Look at someone's got their parents'
That's
wedding
a
photo
slice
up in
of
the
life
background.
right there.
Oh, that's
Aw.
nice.
I like the gloves she was wearing. Very stylish. Like a little lace glove. Very bougie.
I don't think anyone wanted us judging their parents.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
We
right.
were doing it in a nice way.
Yeah, we're not nasty people today.
On air.
Today, right now.
At this moment in
Give it
time.
an hour.
Well, that's a hard shot. He saw the tip of Akor's balaclava. And I'm afraid with 4 outside, Mantu's got his plate rather full. They won't have smokes for the cross, so it will just be an aim map. And with MBK supporting the secret cross, he can just hold the headshot. We are set for a quick a third equalizer from OG. That's the start he was looking for, and now potentially swung on. Shush does do what he was supposed to. Getting that M4. Valda applying the pressure. Shush is clean. He does actually manage to land the dink. It translates into a kill.
This is getting a little costly, isn't it? These are 2 rifles gone now. It is going to be somewhat controlled, it feels. I don't think Asilian's going to be able to make too much of it. If MBK can get a bit of a wiggle on, he can get one of those rifles back.
Where is it?
It definitely has been costly, and you can see because Mantu doesn't have an AWP, and he will not be able to get an AWP going into this round. There's the big man Ting on the screen for you right there. For those not
What
familiar,
did you just say?
the big man Ting.
Have you never heard an Australian using British London street slang?
Who's this little road man?
Who's a road man?
Who's this
His Nike Air Max and his puffer jacket.
Seriously, quite on a serious note, he did actually have to go and do a bit of rehab on his wrist. So he took some time off, and then bouncing back after that's going to be quite difficult. He is a young player, somebody who hasn't really been heard of too much within, I guess, the international scene before, but he was playing in German Counter-Strike with his best friend, Dude.
Dude.
No jokes here, guys. This is all real.
There was a dude, there was food, there's curry. There's lots of cool names.
That's true.
Yeah, dude,
We had
food,
Penny
curry,
the other
Penny.
day, Junior.
Oh, I like Penny.
Penny was a good one.
That's quite a nice name.
All right, well, the guns are back out here, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Alexi B on that MP9 still. He can make that work. Good up close and personal jewels in the top sight. Let's see if Mad Lions want to go for a little bit more of a quicker approach here. Default spread, no smokes coming out early to force rotations, but Volta's up close and personal, and that's a bit of a whiff right there. A Shush will take him down, and Issa pushes forward as well. Aggression.
Come on, Issa. There we are. Getting away with that one. But, you know, the part of me really wants to see the Issa storyline have more to it. After seeing him and Woxic both kind of turn heads and garner attention in their Hellraiser stint, to see Woxic go off to greener pastures in Mouse, Issa finding a home eventually to follow his brother's footsteps in OG. At the moment, though, haven't got to see too much evidence of that, you know, the ride or die team player that was Issa. Multi-kills in the high-pressure scenarios. Certainly doing great today. This is a high-pressure scenario. Doesn't get more than elimination or playoffs riding on a series.
Oh, they need to flash MBK here. It could be on for a few.
That would be perfect. No one's in a position to do so, though. He's going to get overwhelmed. He's going to get double swung from 2 angles. Needs another. Can't get it. And that's 3 kills for Shush already.
Yeah, where? Oh, I guess the smoke cut off Alexi B trying to support him. It did isolate them completely. T's now down to 30 seconds, though. There's still dangers. Mantu out and about. Spots out Innocent. That's a nice clean kill. Takes a bit of damage, but you'll take that. Bring it down to 25. Do slip through the vents, lose another. It's going to be on Asilian to try and control this in the 1v2. Molly and a flash on Mantu.
Oh, perfect.
2 flashes on Asilian. I like this approach from Mantu as well. Hidden towards ramp. 2 angles. Can't escape it. Really well played.
Yeah, the fact that Mantu not only got the kill on that vent drop, but immediately knife out down the ladder made him have the timing to catch that rotate, catch that plan. It is still 800 distributed nicely, which does soften the blow. You can see the cash there for Mad Lions suddenly becoming possible to whip out some AKs with an SMG sacrifice or 2. So certainly nice to get the extra cash to splash. This is Shush's 2nd kill, and his 3rd was all the way on yard, hunting down Mr. NBK.
I don't understand how much more Mad Lions needed there. They didn't come up with a clear plan of attack. They just went for mid-round calling. So what I mean here is they went lobby, they defaulted, they were met with aggression. Maybe they had a strat they wanted to call from spawn, but they were unable to do so because of that aggression. Then they went yard, they took space, they made a kill, they left themselves with roughly 30 seconds on the clock, and then were still quite indecisive. And now they're back down to pistols. It is a partial buy, utility behind it, scout in play in the hands of Shush here.
Oh, no. That's a really nasty death for Mantu. That's an AWP as well, and it's hard to retrieve. Aggressive with the AWP against Eagles. Look how this can spiral. NBK really needs to hold on to that. There is a $5,000 mini game being played around this AWP now. And it's been recovered. Mantu's really going to be red-faced if Shush starts filling the feed with his weapon.
Spot on. It's not what you wanted, and after that last round, we were singing the praises of Mantu, but that's unfortunate. Valde, NBK, Alexi, they're all trying to keep control of the situation from kind of exploding, and there's the first victim to fall. It's frustrating, I'm sure. Valde can peek up and get the info that maybe they peeled away from this eventually, but that's a timing that only he can really feel. Beyond that, though, the other two are going to have to be on red alert. Issa's still live and kicking, so he's not out of it just yet, but the T's have suddenly become pretty powerful, actually. A good bit of util still. Got their armor, a couple of upgraded pistols. And as I said, if they can make some more work from that AWP, you'll be absolutely laughing. Alexi B back in the corner. CT Vent gets down one, swings in, needs Issa here. Not there in time. This is a little bit individual, a little bit worrying, a little bit scary. Acor over by the vent, tapping away. Issa would have wanted that. But now Valde in the 1v2.
Oh, he's grey screen, and it's easy for Rakor to collect. That really was a round that OG will want to forget. Mad Lions, credit where it's due. They managed to convert. They would exploit the weakness. They managed to twist the knife and the perfect kidney
Dolphin!
shot. And, okay, you just said dolphin. There's so many pictures I'm supposed to be looking at. I couldn't identify the dolphin.
I saw it. It was very strange.
Yeah, the dolphin was
Head-on dolphin
in from the bottom left.
Okay.
We've had a lot of animals here on the show, and not including ourselves.
No.
But that is a very rough round right there for OG to be losing. You see what that's done to the economy. They've had to all in. They've gone for the force buy. 2 rifles, Lexi and Issa are the ones wielding those. MBK, Valde, and Mantu with Deagles of their own. But Deagles with a key for Mad Lions in the previous. Maybe they can make it work themselves this time round.
Cooling looks great from Mad Lions. They know there's potential for a force, and they know there's not going to be any of all of the goodies, Chad. So they're going yard, like where they know they're going to have favorable fights against Eagles.
Playing it quite safe as well with their utility. And just to note, they're throwing a lot of smokes and Molotovs early to push players out of position and letting Acor oversee with the AWP. So setting themselves up for success here. But as they grab warehouse control, they push back secret. This tells me they want to go for top ladder. So getting a bit more aggressive towards the CT spawn side of the map is where the Deagles could come into play, but we can see looking...
Innocent doing at T-spawn.
Covering the flanks.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was understanding his role within all of this.
Pretty sure he might have been heard then as well by MBK. They were close enough that they definitely heard something, but whether or not that information's going to actually help or not, just purely where the T's are, is still a little curious. And I like this approach from the Mad Lions, but I do want it to find its final destination sooner rather than later. I hate it when it runs too low. They do still have nades and smokes and what have you in a flash, but it has to be now.
Oh my god. How are these rounds unfolding like this? The only 2 safe rifles find all the kills.
Yeah, and we're into a 2v2 now, so game time through the smoke. Acor could get caught out here. He is being, with the bomb, rather haphazard, rather loose. 14 seconds, and Innocent needs some headshots. That's the first. Valde's dueling, and he hits the necessary shot. My goodness, the finest margins separating the round wins here. This is a different breed of Counter-Strike to what we've been seeing these last few days.
I said saved, I should have said forced. That was a force buy from OG. It wasn't saved.
Yeah.
They fully invested right there. They didn't have much utility going into that round whatsoever. How has that setup worked so well? That is ridiculous.
I would love to. Chad, could you skybox to see what the smoke and the 2 flashes they threw from warehouse for their top take were? Like, who were they trying to flash?
The smoke was to deal with CT aggression, so they threw that in front of Squeaky Door, but the flashes, I'll take a look at that one.
No one was blind. I mean, like, if you've got players coming from Heaven, I assume you're trying to flash for the Heaven push. They weren't pushing main at the time. I'm intrigued. I would love to understand the thought process. Loving that we're getting the auto shotty out. Mantu back on his big green. And on the Mad Lion side of things, there's not too much in terms of sacrifices, just the util on the AWPer. and Shush.
Both flashes landed towards the CT vent, so it's not just for the CT vent. They were also aiming for players top hut and on the rafters to look away as they're coming in through main. But the positions that Issa and Alexi B decided to play in were not exposed to that whatsoever. Okay. So either that was a fantastic read from OG on the way that the guys from Mad Lions like to approach their anti-eco rounds, or they just got very, very lucky, because this is what I'm talking about with the mid-round calling. Once again, they take territory. It looks really good. They have a clear game plan of what they want to do. They go on in. And then it all just falls apart right there. So
where are they?
I don't like how much light is in that room, Lauren. There might be a bit of glare on the screens. I don't like glare.
Wouldn't you turn your monitor around? Maybe it's worse on the other side. Who knows? They've got some weird props behind them. I don't know where they are, but
we've all tried gaming outdoors once. You know, we've all gone, yeah, I'll just... No, you guys haven't?
Absolutely not.
Is that an Australian thing?
I guess when it's nice outside, it's like a lovely 27 degrees.
We've all tried playing video games outside.
Yeah,
just me.
In London, in the rain, I'll just get stabbed and robbed. This pace, though, from Innocent... Wait, Alexi...
Why is he unchecked?
Oh,
Alexi loses his head. Alexi loses his head 100% if he has to get info squeaky.
Oh, God, this is horrible.
Oh, interesting. Alexi, you're probably dead here. Oh, my God. He's so low and does get finished off. He's made a bit of a meal out of that, and Alexi has a nice snack into round 10.
I couldn't imagine a world where Alexi B won that, but I guess that smoke really helped out. Man 2, we saw him make a bit of a fumble with the A-Core. Not having the best of days with it, sadly. A-Core's got his number there. Pins him to the floor and the ramp's open. But there are a couple of players in those vents.
So Alexi gets another. Here comes Valda. First, not of many. Roy, equalizing. Plant wide, not ideal. Maybe Aqua could be vulnerable. The smoke play would require a sound cue. Attention drawn. A great little wallbang from NBK. This is going to translate into anything substantial. Maybe he can wallbang Roy above him.
Tentative though, isn't it?
Wait, they still no kit. They need frags now. They need frags right now. And the wallbang does come in. Finished off by Alexi. We're gaming now. The plant isn't safe for Shush. If they can get to it, we are cooking. Smoke from Alexi. No kit. He's got a molly. Is the smoke on the bomb? It's not got time. Starting to back away. Will upgrade on his retreat. But ladies and gentlemen, that is another for the T side. Mad Lions backed into their winning ways. Of course, they picked up the first 3, converting their pistol. It was a slew of 4 in response from OG, but we're back into a level stead. Dolphin, I'm looking for the Dolphin.
He's gone. It was the guy with the 2 flags on his back. He took his Dolphin head off.
Okay, I didn't know. So he's got like a Dolphin
He's got the streamer set up. He's got the good mic, pop filter down.
I'm going to be honest with everybody at home, and I don't want to offend any OG or Mad Lions fans so far, but this has been some trash tier Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. I am yet to see anything that is convincing from either side. And that sounds really harsh, but it's just been very, very sloppy CS. It's forced by heavy. Take a look at the scoreboard right here. There's rounds that teams shouldn't be winning, that they're winning. There's rounds that teams should definitely be having as lock-ins, that they're fumbling. Things don't feel thorough. Hopefully it turns around.
Could it be a product of the map as well? This is Mad Lions' pick.
It could. It could. It's early in the day. Maybe me waking up fighting my pillow this morning has really resonated.
Dude. Honestly, I'm sitting here kind of nodding my head as well. I can't make a judgment or a statement like that, but it certainly doesn't feel like it's Counter-Strike that holds the same kind of water we've seen throughout the tournament so far. Let's see if it changes.
Yeah, it's the... Oh, gosh.
I mean, he got away with it last time.
Did.
You can't fault him.
No, why not double down on it? Maybe get away with it again. So even the gun's been recovered and kind of brought back. I like that. Maybe keeping hyper aware of the economy on the other side. But you're right, it does feel like it lacks that intent. I feel like when we watch a lot of teams on this TCT, they have that clear goal in mind. It's very choreographed, even if it does feel looser potentially. But for now, the T's are a player down after Innocent's initial attempt, which, as I said, we don't really blame him for trying. It just sadly didn't go anywhere.
So here's an indication that I can tell you this is mid-round Counter-Strike. Cillian, the in-game leader, is the one leading the charge back in towards lobby with the bomb on his back. As soon as he turned, the rest followed. So he's making these calls as they go. So a game like this, when you're calling like that, high-pressure situation, and Peacemaker did say 80% communication-wise, so now that Innocent's dead, I wonder if they default to Danish, but Shush, he's going to go down. He's been the big fragger so far. That's a big scalp to lose.
Yeah, nice work from Issa. It's the perfect weapon for the position. You might want to take lobby here. Aggression from multiple angles. Suddenly that orb doesn't feel so powerful. Valda's on the flank. They are heading ramp, and NBK's going to win them the round if he doesn't get checked. Needs it. Oh, and that's a tough loss to swallow. Now the site's open. Roy can take as much space as he wants. The bomb will be planted, and this round gets a whole lot harder unless Alexi, good control. Roy's in the smoke, though, and his position is found out. Mantu, just one more to find. It's Sicilian. Bomb ticking, no kit. He needs a double, can't find it, and Issa will save the day. First the frag on Hut, and he'll clean it up and find the sixth. Now? Yeah, definitely needs to be a priority.
You get a kid, please. How many bomb plants have there been?
No one's really been able to build a bank, right? So in the first 3 rounds, we had 3 straight bomb plants.
Yeah.
They were the rounds that Mad Lions converted quite easily. And
3,
then
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you've nailed it there.
Get a kit. It just makes me really nervous. And
7 plants in 11 rounds. You're right. You're right to check the stat, Lauren. They've been getting the site, and very few kits giving us a fright.
All right, so Mad Lions now, if you just take a look at their economy, we're halfway through. Sorry, we're in the first quarter. No, we're in the second quarter now. We're using the quarters. We're using the quarters. And their money isn't fantastic. So finally, they will have to take yet another one of these pistol ecos. Shush has a smoke. Curious if they want to pick up a couple more. Acor could afford something as well. Or they could go for an all-in because they know that the CT side economy has been on the ropes this entire time. This is actually why we are seeing such a back-and-forth affair. Neither team really wants to, take a step back. They both want to continue to fight, continue to push. And these low-buy wins have meant that it seems more likely that you will win a low-buy because, hey, we've seen a bunch of them so far. May as well keep going for it. So with a pause in the typing, I might even go as far as saying this one could be a little bit of a technical timeout.
Phew.
hey,
Oh,
look,
goodness.
It hasn't lasted.
I jinxed it.
As soon as the words
Thank
are out
you.
your mouth. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you for jinxing it. We appreciate that.
And BK above his squad. Alexi as well, the in-game leader. Felt like he was given the keys to the OG castle. Just worth seeing if this is a castle on the hill. Playoffs on the line. Map 1. Outside smokes. They've got Roy. Oh, and BK. No, he got lost. He was trying to get into secret. Now he's got the timing. A little skew whiff. And that's the end of him. Damage inflicted, though. Roy and Asilian descending. They take it. Alexi, I like this. This is promising. And he will get the first. That shouldn't be enough for Roy to hit the brakes. Flashed off as well. Well handled, and they do stem the bleed from the initial casualty.
Loved a bit of that. Alexi B making it look so viable. I guess money-wise it works, his position. It's the fact that he's out of position and yet still finding viability. That's quite fun. Valde trying to take it back a little bit of control towards ramp, but there are T's everywhere. They've infiltrated the building. Acor given a freebie. Gonna take that every day of the week, and it's back to a 3-on-3.
This is some fruity Counter-Strike, man.
Look at this. What is going on? Everyone's
peculiar.
everywhere.
Everyone's just playing their own game. Welcome to my kind of Counter-Strike. No trade available for anyone. This time, we'll see Bomb heading towards that top site. Acor being careful with his clear, and Alexi, as he does come up the ladder. It's good calls. They knew the rotate might have come in, and Mantu now rotating in from the low site. He has his kit, Lauren, you'll be happy to know, but I'm afraid this one...
He's going to save, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no 2 worse weapons than trying to retake the top site. A shotgun in the vent and an AWP. So the fact that Mantu and Alexi B were the 2 individuals left on that lower bomb site as soon as the top site player fell, that was pretty much all she wrote. As round number 6 will get posted on the board right here for Mad Lions. This is just so even. This is a strange game of Counter-Strike.
It is a little odd. And whose choice was this? This was OG's?
Mad Lions.
Oh, this is Mad Lions' choice, and they were the ones who left Dust 2 kind of open, which is the question mark here.
They banned Inferno. That meant Dust 2's left open, so Dust 2 is the next. It means that hopefully Mad Lions have done a lot of prep in how they want to approach that map. But this is quizzical in the sense that 6 so far for either team. Like, it's not... Normally, we'll see that one team jump up pretty quickly, then the next one battle back. This one's been, very back and forth. But it hasn't been back and forth in, like, super crazy clutches. The rounds feel like they're very mid-round heavy, and 1 or 2 key kills, that kind of decides it right there. So, no Dolphins this time around.
Didn't catch the name. Sorry, mate.
But you can see another force buy, right? There's no team has really been able to establish an economy. OG now are force buying yet again. Mantu with the saved AWP in play. Pistols are plenty. MP9 for MBK.
Bloody hell.
They most likely win this round just because of how topsy-turvy this has been.
I think we are kind of getting used to the stranger results here, but we'll see. I mean, all players kind of in one place. Issa can be forced to make a play. Gets a lot of info, but also loses his head. That could have been big for Alexi B. Wasn't to be, but MBK's there. Has a shot at it, doesn't get it. It was Mantu to do a bit of damage in the meantime, but by now we're in a 2v3. I mean, this game is very strange, but surely that bomb's going to be on the way in soon. Asilian's taken his time, so the CTs do get to be a little bit closer to relevance, but still, up against rifles, Valde does recover an AK, which is quite surprising, but beyond that, I don't think you're going to get much more out of it.
And they should save, because the money situation, like I'm saying, it really hasn't had an opportunity to build up in either side. Like, lost bonuses have been all over the shop. I'm just going to take a double look right now. We don't get the scoreboard so frequently. And yeah, so for the CTs right now, they're only going to get a 19, if this is correct, they're only going to get $1,900 loss bonus going into the next round. So they've conceded 7. They get 1,900 as a loss in the next round. They have 2 saved guns. So they forced by... I can't tell you what the right decision of this... I don't think I've ever seen a game of Counter-Strike go down in this fashion. In... ever? Maybe a long time. I don't know.
Differently, we could use that as like an advertisement soundbite.
Yeah, but
I don't think I've seen a game of Counter-Strike like this, ever.
Yeah, but it's
We'll
not...
cut it out, apply it to another game.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
We'll just use it for the... I don't think... Oh, what's the ESL advert?
I don't know. It's my arms up in the air
What
and
do I
you saying...
I don't... Something about can't forget. I've forgotten.
The moments...
These are those moments, that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
tagline at the start of every broadcast.
Yeah. I should start seeing royalties for that.
One day.
Anyway, conversation for another time.
Phone starts ringing. Hello?
Moving
Alex is
swiftly on.
off.
Yeah, Alex isn't here anymore, guys, so it's just me and Chad for the rest of the game. Don't worry, Valve didn't give me credit for literally quoting me on some of the skins, which was nice. So if you
Yikes
want
for me, dog.
to do that, that'd be cool. But as said, moving on. The 2 guns saved over. Valde and Mantu. I don't know where you find place for this. As said, if Chad doesn't get the game, and I mean, this man lives and breathes Counter-Strike, my tiny little peanut brain definitely is not going to find a better way to do it. So, Shush so far does take a boatload of damage, but Acor has absolutely had Mantu's number throughout this game.
That damage could mean these USP can get an AWP. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Tries to find Acor. Asilian finishes him off. Admittedly, was just the unarmored USP. Can't be too disappointed. I will be... If NBK gets nothing out of this, there is a very low HP player above him, but no, Roy. It's really hard for me not to call him Ro. My British brain struggling every step of the way. Very low HP players.
They're going to win it.
They are probably going to win this round.
Nico with 2 saved guns.
Innocent solo. Oh my gosh, this is peculiar.
He's on T-roof.
Yeah.
Chad's having a breakdown.
Wait. He's getting an AK to save, Chad. Here it comes.
Okay.
Italy. Boop.
Okay. Okay, so they get the 2,400 in the loss bonus in the last round of the game.
Yeah.
So I know you love doing maths, Alex.
Yeah. 2,400 plus this.
Plus 1,900.
Wow, that's easy. That's obviously three that.
It's just over 4K.
It's over 4K.
Yeah. So when you keep that in mind, the buys going into the next rounds aren't going to be fantastic. So it is important for Alexi B to hold on to this AK. Mantu will be able to buy another AWP. You can see down the bottom there, 3,550. He'll be able to get the big green out. And the buy for OG, neither team feels like it's really had a bank, right? Mad Lions now, I guess a couple of players have like 5, 6K. But realistically, this has been such a back and forth affair. It's been hard for me to put my finger on it. The pacing of this, it's been off, it's been weird. But Mad Lions, we can frame it that it is their map choice.
I think it's worth doing exactly that. I mean, this looks like it could very well be 90 rounds on Nuke. You know,
that's great.
Without looking at all the nitty and the gritty, this would be a fantastic result to post in an elimination game.
In the most dumb way to look at it, whichever way you get there, it's still going to count as now 9 rounds, right? It's how we have to kind of look at this. And as I said, OG definitely haven't had a grip on this game, and it has been a curious one to watch for sure. But by hook or by crook, Mad Lions have made a good statement on their T side. Now, you know, as I said, the pacing has been a little bit weird. The economy's definitely been in a strange place, but well played, I guess, to Mad Lions to kind of suffer through and make it count when it matters. Here, MBK patrolling has had a bit of an up and down ride so far. Hasn't been able to control too much.
Am I blind? Well, I can't see Mantu on
He's in the lower side already. He's at back vent right now with the AWP. And he's been posted there from the start of the round. So they don't actually want to go for any fights. What they're trying to do now is give Mad Lions enough rope to hang themselves, because we've seen how much they've struggled in the late round situations. They've been multi-frags. Yeah.
There's a molly for stairs for sure.
Which they should throw.
Yeah.
Nope, they're just dry peeking.
Wow. That's a dream. Mantu should have a second chance, and For now, he will be Molotov'd off, choosing to aggress. There wasn't a salvage there, and he actually tags up a core. It's not enough for the frag, and Akor even spotting him ascend. That frag means everything. NBK's kept them in it here. This is the final round of our first half, first map, first game of our 7th day. Roy, he's gone down as well.
All right, Akor. He's been pretty big so far, and he is patrolling as the bomb ticks. But 1v3 from that position. It feels unlikely, and it is. OG, I mean, they keep quite close in this. I mean, I don't know where this game is going, and I think the players are very much playing this as it comes in front of them. But for now, Mad Lions do have a good T side. Let's call it what it is, and OG gives himself enough room to breathe. But we'll find out on the half switch who can take this one further ahead.
Mad Lions having to make a very last-minute substitution, the form of Innocent, changing the language by which they primarily communicate from Danish to English. Shouldn't be too difficult, considering the Danes very, very capable in the English tongue. Roy responsible for outside. A lot of responsibility, considering 4 members are on their way and throwing everything they've got at him. Flashes as well to get across, and Akor given a couple of opportunities, but it's 3 descending in pursuit of a bomb plant. Who's on the rotate? Innocent's the first.
Brazilian's en route as well. Everyone's kind of getting down here. Innocent pulls away, but still a 5v5 until now. Asilian finally goes down, but there's a lot of players potentially in the right place. Innocent's made it all the way up towards ramp. He's just gone for a run throughout this map, and there's that other smoke that the T's kept in check, and it looks like the bomb's going to be planted with no real fight for it.
Yeah, he could have gone for a pot shot and announcing his presence with a squiff. What was that? Going down to just shush now, and it does look like OG have picked themselves up a nice and clean pistol there. Exactly what they wanted to start us off. Don't forget, it was Mad Lions who picked up the first pistol and converted the 3, so this will be OG's revenge, OG's opportunity to get exactly the same start and get that, what will essentially become 12. Well, let me try again, math is really hard. 10 to 8.
So just with a note about what I was talking about earlier regarding the OG squad and their last showing on Nuke, it was against Sprout, if I remember rightly, 10-2.
Was this during Cologne, or was this prior to Cologne?
Yeah, this was what knocked them down to this lower bracket position.
On it.
Oh, hold up a second. There's a little bit of argy-bargy going on towards Squeaky Doors. We have Valda opening up the account against Asilian, only 3 kills to his name. The in-game leader brought in to bolster the firepower for Hunden, who was very low in terms of the frag, while Asilian's filling those boots extremely fittingly. Maybe they wear the same size.
For you, Chan.
Yeah.
Is it possible to fully molly Hut so that you can't find a safe haven, or do you have to choose between Squeaky and Hut side?
I'm not sure if you can do the molly as quickly as what they're able to do with the quick one that they throw, because all they want to do there is obscure the vision as going down the vent.
Yeah, sure. So there is a way, it's just more specific.
I believe so.
Okay. Now, Alexi doesn't have the bomb, but with that nade in his hand, he has the potential to blow off the doors. No cover, no hope.
Blowing the bloody doors off, etc.
Oh, yes. What a reference.
Right.
Okay, the
wee.
jumping Mac 10, it's beautiful.
It's done the dink. Yeah, and the last 3, what do you do with this?
Let's just see if you can get yourself an AK-47 or Galil, I suppose. But at this rate, just hold on to it to have a double dip in the next round. See if you can have more success than they did just here. So as I was just saying about MBK and their game against Sprout, this is OG versus Sprout. The other day, Sprout were able to qualify into the playoffs, which we've been discussing. They only managed 3 rounds, and they had to start on the CT side. They won the pistol, they converted, and then they lost every single other round on their CT side from there on out to lose the half 13-2. MBK, in that, only had 3 kills in total in that map. Now, he's doing much better this time round, so I just want to point out the contrast there. He did have a really rough game, and Sprout did some fantastic things to really throw them for a bit of a loop, exploit the rotations, really turn the screws on OG. But it's good to see that they're able to be competitive here today against Mad Lions. Like I said, coming in with the death segment, I wasn't quite sure who I wanted or who I thought would be the favorite. It is really difficult right now for me to put either of these two teams in
one another?
Yeah, both teams, right? I can see they have merit. I can see that they have promise. I can see that they have pedigree. But it hasn't been clicking for either of them in recent times here. Whoever wins this is having an opportunity to turn it around, go one step further, and be in those playoffs that we keep talking about. So it is a slow start. Not too much hustle and bustle across the map with grenades. OG being very conservative. There's only 1 HE thrown over towards ramp. They haven't even blown open that squeaky door as Volga stands tall. A little bit of wallbang spam to make sure players aren't getting too cheeky with the aggression, but you can see it's a swag 7, 2 deagles, a smoke on innocent, and 2 USPs. They need to hope for a late round play here from OG, so they apply pressure to themselves on the clock, but the way this one seems to be starting off, well, slow is on the agenda. Lining up the smokes, it looks like these will be the L block that we've been talking about. There'll be 2 to cover off credit card and main. There should be 1 that dips deeper into the warehouse.
Credit card.
The slot over there towards warehouse, Lauren. I don't call it that. I just heard other players call it that, and I thought, well, that works.
I don't know where it is.
No, next to the little CT blue.
Oh, it's the... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Nice shots from Roy. And hang on a second, this could be in trouble here. My God, not far off and finished off by a core. In towards ramp.
37 seconds.
Yeah, they're going
Asilian's
to
already
center
lower.
lower. Who is that? Okay, so Asilian only has a USP, so I'm afraid he won't be able to contribute too much, but if we get Shush's shotgun armor into the decon spot, he's going Shush guy. Where's he off to?
I don't know.
Asilian only has a USP, and he's on his way back. He was in pursuit of a Galil. Looking for the full closeout. Now, he doesn't have a kit, so there's a real time limit on this. If he does win this duel. He'll clear this corner close. Ouch. Good shot from MBK. And 2 from Mantu to pull them across the line. So as we discussed, picking up the pistol, they give Mad Lions the 3-round spree to start off their T side in the same way that the Lions did. And we get to see that from Roy's perspective again. So he really nearly got double here. And it was down to Issa to not pick that one up cleanly. Mantu's double with the AK necessary at this point. So a 2-round lead as we head into the first real weapon round for both squads. Orps in the hands of Mantu and Akor, and as Lauren outlined, Akor certainly was getting the better of him on the T side. Peeking into him though, now Mantu can have a bit more of a more control over which fights he'll be taking.
We were on kit watch in the first half, noticing that OG barely had any. The same can be said right now for Mad Lions on their first CT-sided gun round here. So if we get into a post-plant position, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Smokes towards Yard will be coming out. All 5 members look like they will be forcing forward. Molotov towards Secret to make sure that they can't be picking up, and behind the smokes they go. Alexi B's the most forward man here with the bomb on the back, but the cavalry's there. Flash over, pick up from Secret. Roy grabs a kill. That'll slow things down.
Can't believe he hasn't thrown it. It cost him his life. That is a
Chad's throwing the pen.
Shambles. Not going to enjoy that one at all. Now descending into the low site, they will take the decon route. That is not what I've been taught. In Chad's school of Counter-Strike, we want to control the windows and doors side of low site when you take it, Lauren.
Oh, Cillian. Did he get spotted by MBK? I don't know if he... I think he got past in
This
time.
is the sweet spot, right? If he sticks around here. Oh, yes. Only the one. More of that. 3 on 3. And bomb down thanks to Issa.
I'm not even sure what the necessity of pushing out decon is. Oh dear. Okay, the retake is on. No kit. Remember that.
Yes, kit watch. My favorite of all the watches.
It's a thriller. There's no util over now. That nade was it. No flashes, no smokes, no volleys, no heads left. He's nice little 4K for him. That's going to get the confidence feeling good. That's how you get into a game. And honestly, OG's T-side so far has looked quite robust. That was, I guess, the first real test excluding the first pistol round. So that's quite an enjoyable one. They'll be feeling happy with that. It wasn't super clean, but it obviously was pretty comfortable in the end.
Yeah, good stuff from Issa here. Alex was saying in the pre-show we want to see him kind of have a bit of a redemption arc when he was paired up with Woxic back there on the Hellraisers roster. That duo was quite potent. Ever since, hasn't really been able to find his feet. No, he's quite the emotional and fire-up kind of player. Emotional heart of the OG team, can always lift the spirits, and with 98 points of ADR, he's doing quite well. Fantastic to see, as I've mentioned already, MBK bouncing back from that horror show he had over there against Sprout. On the other side of things, Cillian, 4 kills to the name. Now, I don't like rinsing players, but the whole reason that this Mad Lions roster replaced Hunden was to add more firepower in the in-game leader role.
Right.
You go check Cillian's stats, it hasn't been that way. So they've basically just done a 1-for-1 replacement with an in-game leader that isn't as good as Hunden. That is basically what has happened here. Now, Cillian probably has a game every now and then, but so did Hunden. So, look, this is ancient history now. There's really no point me sinking my teeth into it. Should be focusing on what's happening on the screen right now, and that will just be some pistol upgrades.
It's certainly worth bringing up in terms of the ramifications we're seeing in the server today.
Sure.
I mean, you're painting a picture that others may not have been aware of, and certainly is one that I find very interesting. The replacement of Hunden was one of the few roster changes that I kind of said quite vocally, wait and see whether that was the right choice. And it does seem to be that Mad Lions are 1 game away from playoffs. It's just the execution and the delivery have had some analysts baffled. Armor, pistols, should be enough to get a couple of kills. Maybe even a rifle flowing for a Cillian. Speak of the devil, and here he comes. Nothing.
Ugh.
Into the flames appropriately and tucking away into the site. We'll have Valda swinging in to try and take some heaven control. Akor, you need to survive. Alexi does already fell the feed. That's Innocent gone. OG with a distinct advantage for the 12th here. Don't need to fight that fight. You will just keep him suppressed. And they've got full ramp control here, Chad. Now, my assumption here is that they can chill as long as they want.
Yeah. There's no rush on this one here. See if the pistols push for aggression, go for information plays, and we can actually see that they are moving around. Roy trying to lock them in over to lobby, Akor covering off towards ladder, and as they push forward, they can isolate these duels, take these fights, and simple as that. Volder throws the head off Akor. Mantu now finds a Cillian having to push forward, thinking that they're going to another part of the map. Shush gives up his position, and you just want to make sure that you're not dying to these ratty pistol crossfires. If you go too quickly on a map like Nuke, find yourself looking the wrong way, well, that can be trouble. Everybody right now for OG seems to be firing. We had Alexi B in the first half making some good plays. getting quite aggressive. Issa now, as we were talking about, getting his frag charts up. And then Volder, MBK, and Mantu, well, they're all doing their part.
How interesting as well. You know, we're kind of, I guess, the position of Acor doing quite well, specifically against Mantu, but Mantu's value seems to have applied beyond just his AWPing there, which is quite fun. On kills alone, let's kind of call it what it is. But we'll see what can happen going forward, as Acor does at least have the AWP now. We do have the leftover Mac Daddy coming in for old Alexi B, so we'll see what he can make from it. But this is, again, the second challenge as such for the gun round. This is when we get the big guns coming out, utility in play. So the T's now have to come up against it. This is hopefully the best look that the Mad Lions can bring.
And welcome to another episode of Kit Watch. We still have yet to spot one. Oh dear, straight through Shush's line of sight. He will drop through the vent. He gives them top sight unless Akor wants to fight. And that's an Mac 10 taking down $7,000 of equipment. If that bomb goes down, they might just have to accept that they're saving here. This is what we were talking about, Kit Watch. You have to start fighting. They have to start killing. At the moment, it comes down to Roy. Gosh, that is going to take me a game. I keep wanting to say, row your boat. And it doesn't float my boat for the CTs. Asilian, unfortunately, just resigning himself to the AWP save.
Let's see if they let him get away.
They've got so much cash. Boom. And the dirt is gone.
Wow, 13-8.
Yeah, and look at the money on the other side of things. So this is such a contrast from the first half, right? Whereas back and forth, constant force buys, neither team could build a bank. This time round, OG are just absolutely rinsing them here. And as you can see, a timeout will be taken on the Mad Lions side of things. We have a risky pick from them coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed the veto, a map that they haven't played since April in Flashpoint of Dust 2 was what they allowed to slip through in the veto. So if I'm OG, I'm feeling more than confident right now to be taking this one as a 2-0. But Peacemaker did say it's something they've been preparing for some time, something they have been working on. So I'm interested to see what they've been able to craft in their downtime.
I mean, as I said, if he's got faith in it, if you're going to put it out at your survival game, potentially the one that could eliminate you, you've got to know what you're doing, right? Otherwise, you've kind of just sold yourself down the river. And
it could work, right? Acor, even though he's not impressing right now on Nuke with the AWP, only 9 kills to his name, the second lowest on his team, he can be a very, very good AWPer. It's not showing in this moment. We're not seeing it coming to fruition right now, but maybe that will change as we move forward within the series. Mad Lions aren't done and dusted just yet. See if they can get anything done with these pistols here. Does seem unlikely. Should be round number 14 on the board for OG as they continue to saunter forward. Doesn't even feel like they're really having to break a sweat. The first half was arduous. It was back and forth. It was troublesome at times, but they still did a good job of keeping it level, and 7 rounds, well, in the way that Nuke seems to be trending these days, might not be the end of the world.
Should be set for a Deagle headshot here, and he is exactly what he delivers. You considered him a safe pair of hands, but he's been the star fragger at this point for Mad Lions. Early disadvantage for them to try and overcome. Pressure from both sides. Roy could be helped out by Shush, but Valde far too cognizant. He knows what's going on. He knows. It looks like an inner stack. And just pulling their teeth out one by one. Pliers in hand. It's Akor, the victim. They'll be isolating him. Valde could be in trouble here, though. Maybe, just maybe, one deagle to the side of the head.
I don't love that Valde's going more back, but I guess you got to try something.
One deagle bullet and he drops.
Like he's got the idea. Okay, Valde's keeping it in check. Cillian left in the 1v2, CZ to hand, does have armor, no gun within reach.
What's the call from Alexi? Top sight together? Go down lower, walk it? It's a bit risky. There's lots of close corners.
20 seconds, really, by the time they get anywhere decisive.
Damn, 20 seconds. I'm getting nervous for them.
Cillian surely... Oh, he didn't get spotted.
He didn't. Oh, my goodness. He's got 12 bullets in the clip. They go in vents. 15
oh, they're blocking each other.
Oh, no! Please, not like this. Alexi saves the day. I wouldn't have been able to cast that with excitement. I wouldn't. I'd have been more upset.
There's nothing pretty about that. There's nothing beautiful about it.
14
Bloody
seconds.
hell.
Indecision. Mother of all duck-ups.
Quack, quack.
Bang. Lovely shots from Akor. Gave it a good go. Let's get that one.
Name on him, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has. But this one, they blocked. You're right, Chad. Bloody hell. Oh, mamacita, that was... Yeah, okay. Alexi, that's my face too, bro. Oh, we're back into the game, though. Let's get into it.
Best part for them, they can shake it off. They're all right. Alexi beats somehow. How did he take so little damage? He is getting away with murder today. And you know what?
He's been spotted.
Enjoy yourself. Does it even matter at this point? Has the vents.
Past the sound cue. He's trying to catch the rotator. Shush was on his way.
Is no one down there yet? Wait, who's down there? Okay, Asilian's down there. and Acor. All right, I was a little worried that no one had, you know, maybe held the crossfire on the stairs, or, and as I said, for now, the T's get a fair amount of room, right? No contest, no pressure. Util has been used to get to this point, but they still have to dig out these positions, and they haven't received a fight yet, so surely that's on the forefront of their minds. That gives away at least, actually, both parts of the game. They know where both of these players are now.
Yeah, he's played this really well. I love the positioning from Asilian with Akor in tow. This should very well be Mad Lions' round. They've done all the hard work already. Valda does do something for his squad. He's got loads of time, but I'm not sure he's got the help. Shush in trouble. Nearly a chance to adjust onto Roy, but that will be their 9th, and that's Mad Lions breaking their silence after a slew of 7 consecutive rounds from OG. We had a 9-6 half, or excuse me, an 8-7. That's the 9th now secured for Mad Lions.
Quite a lot going on their desks.
You know what? I was about to say the same
those
thing.
up.
You know, tidy desk, tidy mind.
Yeah.
Is what I was
You want
always
to keep your
preaching.
workspace as clean as possible.
Mine is littered with garbage, so that's probably why I've been doing
That's why you haven't been fragging, Lauren. So what we'll do is we'll go home.
Yep.
Home. I drop my H's when I'm with you. We'll go home and we will we'll tidy up our desk and then we'll drop 30 frags together.
Oh, if that was only my problem.
They've missed
Ooh,
the
that
smoke
is
here.
That's a big miss.
So I think a Molotov is actually
has
to land
perhaps.
earlier.
Well,
They'll jiggly out. Doesn't seem to be stopping the initial frags though. First casualty is Alexi on his vent dive. 3 of them will descend. MBK in tow. Akor and Asilian, the double A's, looking to rescue.
Roy's been impressing on the CT side for me. He's been kind of the glue that's held Mad Lions somewhat in this game, and it's not by a large margin. Asilian, though, trying to play this patient, maybe play off the back of Acor's contact, but a different approach from OG. They're going to go all the way up towards control room, play towards those windows. Acor gonna have the first look, doesn't land the shot, but now they know somewhat of the game. That's Asilian coming into play now. Issa does fall. The trade is there. Nice work from Mantu.
Got Util, have they? No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Who's the bomb on? Valda. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue.
Oh.
And look at Roy. He's everywhere right now.
Be careful.
Up. Oh my goodness. Oh, Valda going down. That should be the round. You said Roy's impressed. And perhaps...
Enter top's open now. There's an avenue.
Pivot. Yeah, and they're reacting accordingly. Shush has fallen off ramp. NBK knows the lower side could be a little less contested now because of the maybe, because of the what if. He could try and get that bomb down.
This is huge.
Oh,
Barrel.
no.
Barrel shows. Mantu, it's a freebie. Did he hear the steps? I think he might have heard some steps from Acor. I'm not 100% sure, but he's still posted up on ramp. A little bit of a switch up, and let's see if Acor does check this as well as he should. It looks like he's gonna. Nicely done by Acor. Impressing again, but MBK, the veteran, the man with so much experience up against Innocent. Smoke goes in, flash comes out. Cross now. It's in the open. Nathan needed that. Innocent claims the shot, claims the round, and Mad Lions live to fight for one more go of things.
You still don't have a kit, Lauren.
There was one on ramp. There was a kid on ramp. Acor picked it up, and then he died. But I want to show you this, how this started off the round. So look at Valda and look at Issa with this combo towards Yard. So we're going to see the Molotov that's meant to land just here to allow that T-sided smoke, but it doesn't pop because the CTs, this smoke right here, has not allowed it from landing where it needed to. So this is why we get the cluster of T-sided smokes with the big gap right here. I don't know what I'm drawing. Mr. Squiggle would be proud, but that has solved the mystery, ladies and gentlemen.
It does, it does. And sometimes you see mollies to mess it up, so it's interesting that the counter to the counter has been countered by a smoke.
It's beautiful, isn't it? The constant evolution right here. But Mad Lions, they've cracked the double digits. Maybe we're getting back online here. Alexi's out squeaky. He's opening things up.
He's gotten away with murder. Oh, there is now a wanted poster plastered all over Cedarwood Creek. Wanted, cheeky Finn. Reward, spot in the playoffs of ESL 1 Cologne.
Asilian, different ramp hold. Here's all this. Ooh! Bye, Asilian. He can't bail him out this time. He's down to 34. He did what he could, but the timing's there. MBK just barreling forward. Bomb to go down. Kit Watch can report there is one kit in play.
And a save.
And a very early save into it.
You know, that's fantastic news for Kit Watch, though, Lauren, because that means in the next round there'll be a kit.
I do love those. Just halving the time of defuse is really
important, isn't it?
It's just phenomenal for retakes and stuff like that.
$400 it is, though, and it's quite the costly investment.
It's true.
You get yourself 2 flashbangs for that amount.
2 whole flashbangs.
2 of them.
That's double.
Bloody hell, that's a...
Two for the price of one.
Twice as many defuse kits.
I did like the way I got some updates about people's gaming experiences outside, or if they tried to. People really do like to get involved.
Have you gamed
on the social
outside?
medias.
I have, actually.
Chad, could you tell me the benefits?
Didn't you do something for like a sponsor video once, like on a boat or something?
I
vaguely recall this.
I won't name the sponsor, it might be conflicting. But yeah, I did. And I got to jump out of an aeroplane.
That is cool.
That's something, right?
And we just had done Movember in Chicago, so I had to deal with this
Big
mustache on my face. It was ridiculous. It was the first time I went home. I went back to Australia for 2 days, ladies and gentlemen, from Europe. I flew home, jumped out of a plane, and flew back. But...
Wow.
So you had to deal with a weird mustache. I think my equivalent of that was walking through the Brazilian airport with pink nail varnish.
Yep.
Just the amount of kind of strange looks they got. You know, like, you look like one of ours, but why have you done this? 15 to 10.
Tanned
man with pink nails? No.
I like a man with a little painted nail
dabbling.
too. The black painted nails, it's look.
You've been linking me those old emo videos, Lauren. I'm going to whip out some black nail varnish for the finals.
Chad's got a point.
3 defuse kits for the last round of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Aqua's going to get one too.
No, he's
got
not.
a grand.
No, he's not going to do it.
That's cool, I guess.
He thinks he's going to win this round. So, Mad Lions, they definitely need to get that done, as Asilian will drop out one of those Molotovs to stop the smoke, what we've been talking about. Towards Yard, a few nades will trickle, but it just seems like a bit of posturing early. 3 Molotovs on the map from Mad Lions. There is their protocol nades to stop the rushes. One was towards Yard, one towards Ramp, one towards Squeaky. Maybe even one was over towards Hut there, as Roy is the only man with a Molotov left, and a minute 30 remaining on the clock here.
Oh, perfect flash. Alexi, he's kind of crossed the head of the smokes. Look how much extra space he's not, is he? Roy, the cheeky Finn. They've been looking for him.
I won't expect this timing. He's gone way ahead of this.
So much faster than they would have anticipated. Aqua is in a very powerful position. NBK postured for it as well.
Cillian's going to die in the back here. He's not even going to get an opportunity. Alexi won't go up the ladder, I don't think.
So he had the rotate. NBK's going to make the call.
He's going up.
Oh, Alexi.
Top sight from main.
Finn.
This is so cheeky.
The reward for finding this man is going to become substantial, because it could be the defining moment in this map, and OG are doing wonders. NBK tries to make it harder for them, apparently, but Valda's on the case. Spots out the player, but spots him dying. And how the hell did this happen? Oh! Nathan rolling it back. 16 to 10. OG closed out in a curious, but hey, it worked sort of way. I don't know how to close that one out. It's a bit weird, but it's one map to the good.